Every morning, Judge William Stone arrived at the courthouse before anyone else. For more than 30 years, he had followed the same routine, believing every day would begin like the last. But on this quiet morning, something was waiting for him that would reopen a chapter of his life he thought had been buried forever. One ordinary case was about to become deeply personal. As Judge Stone entered his office, one object immediately caught his attention. A plain white envelope rested perfectly in the center of his desk. There was no stamp, no return address, and no explanation. Someone had entered the most secure office in the courthouse without leaving a single trace. The mystery had already begun before the trial even started. Inside the envelope was nothing more than a simple court document. At first glance, it appeared ordinary, but the more Judge Stone read, the more unsettled he became. The document described tomorrow's trial in remarkable detail, including names, courtroom events, and even the verdict. It was impossible, yet every line felt frighteningly real.
Judge Stone, I have the files.
Good. Sit down, Emily. Take a look at this.
What is this? This doesn't match the official court schedule at all.
Confidential information before the trial had even begun. What seemed like a strange prank was quickly becoming something much more serious.
Judge Stone, I have the notebook. Good. Here is the envelope. Handle it with care. Understood. I'll glove up. It feels like documents. No visible tampering. Turning it over. No obvious damage or tampering. Sealing it now for the lab. Chain of custody logged. Proceeding to lab analysis.
While Detective Hayes searched for physical evidence, Sarah Brooks turned to the courthouse archives. If someone had attempted something similar before, the answer would be hidden somewhere among decades of forgotten records. Sometimes the oldest files carry the truth that everyone else has forgotten. After hours of searching, Sarah uncovered an old newspaper from 30 years earlier. The headline described a devastating highway accident involving a young prosecutor named William Stone. The article mentioned that an unknown boy had risked everything to save his life, before disappearing without ever revealing his identity.
This is Reed's recent photo.
Let's put it next to the clipping.
The features are a match.
The jawline and eyes are the same. The jawline and eyes match exactly here.
Writing this down, and the similarity is undeniable. Place them right next to each other again.
Slowly, an unbelievable possibility began to emerge. Could the unknown boy from 30 years ago now be standing trial in Judge Stone's courtroom?
Daniel, let's review the key points. Of course, I've highlighted the main issues. Good. What about the witness testimony? It's consistent with our strategy. Daniel, explain what happened with this antique watch. It was recovered from the estate last month. The chain was intact, but the engraving on the back had been altered.
Antique watch. He believed it belonged to another family and had planned to return it anonymously after discovering old ownership records.
Let's spread these out.
Right. I'll open the archive.
Look, these dates align.
And this folder has the records.
This date doesn't match the others. This date doesn't match the others.
Alone in his office, Judge Stone looked once again at Daniel Reed's file. Something about the defendant's face stirred memories he had tried to forget. The highway accident, the smoke, the flames, and the fearless young boy who had vanished before anyone could thank him.
I found something. An old newspaper. It changes everything.
Let me see that.
When Sarah placed the old newspaper on the conference table, the entire investigation changed direction. Every member of the team understood that this case was no longer just about an antique watch. It had become a search for the truth behind a forgotten act of extraordinary courage.
This article connects the timeline.
Good find. Pin it next to the map.
Done. It fits perfectly.
This changes everything.
Connecting the clipping directly to Daniel Reed's file with this red string.
This link is crucial.
By 3 decades, every new clue pointed toward one remarkable conclusion. Daniel Reed had been carrying a secret for 30 years. Judge William Stone slowly walked toward the old bookshelf in the corner of his office. Hidden behind years of legal books was a faded newspaper clipping he had carefully preserved for 3 decades. It was the only reminder of the day a brave young boy pulled him from a burning car and disappeared without asking for recognition. As Judge Stone looked at the worn photograph, memories he had buried for years came rushing back. For the first time, he began to wonder if the man standing before him in court was the same unknown hero who had quietly saved his life all those years ago.
Good morning. We're looking for the 1998 city permits.
Yes, specifically the construction files.
Of course. Right this way.
Thank you.
They're organized by year on these shelves. Here we are. This is the 1998 volume you wanted.
Perfect, thank you.
Let's see what we have here.
What Daniel had claimed from the beginning. The antique watch had been linked to the wrong family through an administrative error that had gone unnoticed for decades.
Court is now in session. Please be seated. Your Honor, the defense is prepared.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the prosecution presents these updated ownership records for the court's review.
Meaningful. As new evidence reached the judge's bench, everyone in the room sensed that the final verdict would reveal much more than guilt or innocence.